From Portland, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. It's Thursday and time for another edition of Leykis 101.
Can you attend my class? It is for your own good.
I mean, a girl decides how far she's going to let you go in the first 5 minutes.
You in my class? I am today.
So how long do I wait to call? A day. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, then a day. Yeah. So 2 days. Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Definitely. 2 days is like industry standard.
Well, how long are you guys going to wait to call your babies? 6 days.
How many times did you call her this week? Twice. Twice? You called her twice? Dan, never call abroad more than once a week. Never, ever, ever.
It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. More importantly, we teach women how men think. I am your professor. This is my classroom. Class is in session. This is where we teach the tenets of Leykis 101. And you know what the basics are. To just review some of these for you. Leykis 101 students believe that dating equals porking. We go on a date to get laid. That's why. Not because we want to try a new restaurant or because we want to get to know you better. We want to see you naked. Ladies, get the idea out of your head that we have any interest in what's inside that little pea brain of yours. We don't. We just want to see you naked. We also believe that when we are called jerks or a-holes, we're being complimented. And we take it as such. We wear it as a badge of honor. Yes, I am a jerk. You bet I am. Proud of it. Leykis 101 students believe in the 3 strikes, you're outlaw. If you don't put out the first 3 dates, we kick your ass out. Move on to the next. We will say anything to get laid, anything at all. By the time you find out the truth, we'll have moved on to the next victim. We do not spend more than $40 on a date. 0 is optimum. We do not date single mothers, which can make you a very lonely man here in Portland, but we do not date single mothers. We don't do it. She already made one mistake. Why should you pay for the next one? I know I'm not going to. If a chick answers a cell phone on a date, it's the booty call she's meeting after she tells you, oh, look at the time. Oh, 9:30, it's late, I gotta go. Good night! After you've paid for dinner. Then she goes off and has sex with the guy who didn't pay for anything. So when that cell phone rings during a date, you excuse yourself from the table, you get up and you leave. No questions asked. No explanations necessary. You get up, leave her there, let her pay the bill. Drive off into the sunset. When she calls your cell phone, don't answer it. Done. When we go out on a date with a girl and she says, it was a lot of fun at the bar drinking and all that. Now I'm really hungry. No. Drop her off at a restaurant and leave. Do not take her to Denny's for breakfast or any other restaurant. In Seattle, the 13 coins means you're not getting any. The minute a chick takes you on a detour, and by the way, we love the 13 coins. I mean, the pan-fried oysters at the 13 coins are incredible. Love the food. But the last thing you want to do is you're out boozing, and the chick wants to take you on a detour to get food. That is a filibuster designed to keep you from getting sex. She'll keep you out all night. She'll read the menu for an hour and a half. I don't know what I want. Do I want the mahi-mahi? Do I want the tornadoes of veal? What do I want? I don't know. It's so good. Yeah, that's good for an hour right there. In fact, I always think of the 13 coins of that huge menu they've got there. And, I've done this. I've been there with chicks at 3 in the morning. Don't ever let yourself get into that situation. You're not getting laid that night. That's it. If she's got pan-fried oysters on her breath, I'm telling you, she's not going to kiss you with that mouth. Forget it. Not happening. That's how chicks think. Think about it, guys. So when a chick says, I'm hungry, get me something to eat on the way home, no. Nope, you got to step up to the plate and swing a big bat here. You tell her, you know what, I know you're hungry. I'll drop you off at the restaurant. I'm going to go home. I got to get up in the morning anyway. Good night. You are not out there. I that one psycho broad, she used to do it to me all the time. She not only had, I swear, it was like she was pregnant, although she never was, thank God. But she always had these cravings for French fries and a vanilla milkshake, and they had to be from Jack in the Box. And like an idiot, because she was really hot, like an idiot, a few times I actually said, oh, okay. I think I know what Jack in the Box is. It's like Vine and Sunset. There's one right there. It's the Sunset and Vine. We go to Sunset and Vine. There's Jack in the Box. Then you get to the Jack in the Box, right? And of course, it's late after the bars are closing, so it's like 1:30. And Jack in the Box is the only establishment open for about 15 square miles. And the line for the drive-thru is snaking out onto Sunset Boulevard. And there you are. Talk about a buzzkill. The two of you are boozing, having a good time, and suddenly you're moving 1 inch an hour on the drive-thru lane to Jack in the Box. And then she's got vanilla milkshake all over her mouth. It wasn't vanilla milkshake you wanted all over her mouth. Don't do it. Don't do it. These are some of the basics of Leykis 101. And I also have a letter from a listener that I want to read because I really care about what's happening to this guy. I know I rarely give a rat's ass about any of you out there, and I'm generally pretty upfront about it, but this guy I actually feel some empathy for. Here's the letter. Hello, Tom. Please don't use my name if you broadcast or publish this email. I hate my shrink. He's a sissy, and I'm not going back to him. I really do need a shrink, though. Simple Leykis 101 on Thursdays isn't enough. I just went through some really difficult times, which I won't get into here. I was a successful PR agency executive by age 25. But now at age 33, I'm at an all-time low. As you might have guessed, getting laid regularly again is my number one issue in regaining a life. I'm working, but having a modest amount of money just isn't doing it. My confidence is totally shot, and women sense that immediately. I want a shrink with a take-no-prisoners approach to getting chicks in bed. One with a pragmatic, real-world, Leykis-style philosophy. One who isn't trying to turn me into a sissy. Who falls all over himself to respect women. Ask them what they sincerely want. And other such counterproductive crap. Do you know some 101-friendly shrinks in Los Angeles? Can you help me, Tom? I'm not writing this for kicks. I'm really getting desperate. He goes on to say, thank you. I wish I had you around when I was raised by a psycho bitch single mother. You could have saved me a lot of problems and the things that really matter. He signs it, your son. And I don't keep a list of that kind of resource for you. But if there are any psychiatrists, psychologists, family therapists who are Leykis 101 students who subscribe to the teachings of your professor, and he's in, I believe, the Los Angeles area. Yes, the Los Angeles area. Give us a call here, and Dean will take your phone number, and we will hook you up with this guy. And I understand. By the way, I'm very open about it. I've been through therapy. I think it's a great thing to do. It's one of the best things I ever did in my life. The fact that he's going to a shrink, I understand why you go, and it's good. But yes, when you have one of those touchy-feely shrinks that tells you you're not sensitive enough, and you're not you're not sensitive to her feelings. You're not asking her about her feelings. Oh, you know what? Most women just need a good crack in the ass, need you to pin them down and F them hard. That's what they need. They don't need anything touchy-feely. I'll do a little touchy-feely on you. I'll tell you right now. With the palm of my hand, I'll be touchy-feely.
The shrink just says harder, and that's it?
The shrink just says harder, and that's that would be a good 101 shrink. You're not doing her hard enough. Fit her up against the wall if you have to. Come on. Grab her by the neck. Let's go. So if there is a shrink who does subscribe, please call us at 1-800-5800-TOM, and we will connect you up with this guy. Because I do feel for him. I understand what he's going through. All right. All right, you know what it is. It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course. We teach men how to get more tail for less money. We teach women how men think, toll-free at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. If you are looking to avoid a serious relationship, avoid commitment, avoid marriage, if you're just looking to get laid, you don't want to listen to chicks blabbing on about their boring, meaningless lives that you don't give a rat's ass about, if you don't want to spend money or waste your valuable time on broads who are never going to give it up, I am the man to talk to right now.
Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I just think Tom Leykis' way of getting laid is ridiculous. I just totally disagree.
Tom knows more about men and women than any other man I've ever heard.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show from beautiful Portland, Oregon. At 1-800-5800-TOM, it's Leykis 101. And we say hello here to Erica on Leykis 101. It's your professor, Erica. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Erica.
Oh, Tom, I'm so tired of hearing how girls are with guys. I mean, it makes me so angry. Basically,
really?
Well, okay. When a girl goes out with a guy, they know if they're going to have sex with them.
Yes.
I mean, you wouldn't accept a date with a guy unless you were interested. And I mean, truly interested in the guy. So why play the game? Why do the, oh, well, I've only gone out with him 2 times, so I can't sleep with him because he's not going to respect me.
Slut.
Yeah. Or
he's hoping you're a slut.
Well, don't use the word slut. I hate that. I'm not a slut, Tom. I never was a slut. But if I was going to sleep with a guy, I was going to do it. There was nothing that was going to hold me back.
I'd want you to be my slut, baby. I'll tell you what. If I were with you, I'd want you to be my slut. I don't want you to be a good girl. I want you to be a slut.
I've been married for 5 years, and let me tell you, I am my husband's slut.
Really?
He does whatever he wants with me.
Is that so?
It's so. But we know when I was single, it's like, why play the games? Why do it?
Right.
I mean, what satisfaction are you going to get from that? And it's like, well, tell me.
Well, it's also predicated on this false premise that, women believe that if they're holding out on us, that they are the one and only source of sex that we have available to us. Like, we're on a date with you, and so if you don't give it to us, we're going to have to wait until you give it to us.
They do believe that.
When the reality is, if I'm out with you, and it's early enough, and it looks like it's going nowhere, I'm going to thank you very much for a nice evening. And then I'm going to get on my cell phone. I'm going to call Bachelorette number 2, who I know will give it up. And I will be over at her place pounding her headboard in no time flat. And so it's amazing how women are like, well, I think we should wait. Yeah, well, you can wait if you want to, dear, but I'm not waiting.
But what's the whole respect thing? I mean, because you know how you've told the guys to use the ATM receipt to put their telephone number on, which is brilliant. I mean, it really is brilliant because it's only going to get the type of girl that's interested in money.
Yeah, but we're not looking for a relationship. We're looking to get laid. And the kind of woman who's interested in money will have sex with us tonight if she thinks we have money.
Oh. So you do think
again,
put out right away?
Right. Well, see, again, like many women, and I understand it's just the way women are socialized in our country, you're mixing up having a relationship with having sex.
Right.
And in reality, when we hand someone an ATM receipt with our phone number on it, we're looking to have sex. Tonight, if possible.
Well, there are women that are out there looking for sex.
Yeah, well, we know that, but the point is, if we don't happen to be with one of them or haven't met one, guys need sex all the time.
Yeah.
Women can sit there and sit home watching Friends and eating cheesecake, waiting for the next guy to come along, and they're washing their hair, whatever women do in between. Okay, guys need it like they need to go to the bathroom. Okay, they need it. And so the thing is, if we can't get the 9 or the 10 we're waiting for, there's a 6.5 on speed dial. And if we arrive at the building late enough at night and get out before crack of dawn, nobody will see us go in and out.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, as I always say, I compare women to bathrooms, okay? Because women are human toilets after all. You know, have you ever gone to the bathroom at, say, like the Ritz-Carlton or the Four Seasons? Beautiful, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's great. And you go in there, and sometimes they got an attendant, and after you wash your hands, the person hands you a towel. Sometimes they spritz a little fragrance on you while you're in there and stuff, and it's just great. And you feel completely pampered, and it's wonderful. And in the men's room, sometimes they have condoms for sale in case you're going to get lucky tonight or whatever. And they just have every service available, and it's wonderful. And if I have to go to the bathroom, there's no place I'd rather go than like a Four Seasons or, the Ritz-Carlton or one of those nice
Tom.
hotels. But
Tom,
may
you
I
want to
say
go to the bathroom at home.
No. But the point is, if I'm not home, I still need to go. So here's the deal. Now, all right, so it's late at night, and I'm driving down. You know that road that's like I-15 late at night. You're heading to Vegas. You are
tomorrow heading to Vegas.
All right, but you're out there somewhere, and it's just darkness, and you can see nothing but stars, and suddenly you have this urge. You need to go to the bathroom. Well, you know what? The Four Seasons is now 100 miles away.
Right, so you're stuck at the nasty one at the 76 station.
There's a greasy 76 station where you have to go in, and they've got the men's room key, and it's tied to a big brick. And they say, make sure you bring that back. Like, what am I going to do with your men's room key here in the middle of nowhere? You know, so you take the big brick out there, and you unlock the door, and you realize the lock is broken. You could just push the door open. And when you get inside, the place hasn't been cleaned in a while, and it smells. But you know what? You know, it still works. You go, they use the toilet, you flush it, and you feel relief, and then you leave. So you see, even though I would prefer to go to the Four Seasons or the Ritz-Carlton, every once in a while you do go behind a bush or you go to the 76 station.
But don't you want a nice wife at home? Because there's nothing that beats it. There's nothing that's better.
Dear, the point is, the guys who have nice wives are very, very lucky men. But in reality, a lot of wives are just cranky bitches. Once they've got our ATM card, all they want is to beat the crap out of us and make us miserable, to nag us and harass us and taunt us. And they can do it because they know they can take half of everything we have if we object.
I know, and that's sad but true. But, Tom, don't compare us to toilets.
Send me back to the 76 station sometimes. You know, I go out there, and I just feel complete relief, and then I can leave, you know. I pay at the pump and go.
Yeah, but don't call me a toilet, Tom. I'm not a toilet.
Come on.
Come on.
All right, a sperm receptacle.
Get something better.
Sperm receptacle?
No.
Pick one.
No. I won't. I refuse to. You'd love me, Tom. I'm the perfect woman for you.
Really?
Oh, but I mean, you know.
By the way, like every man, I've been with women where, like, you know that thing they've got on the wall where you have to tear down like a big round ring of paper, like a big round paper towel to put on the toilet seat?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've been with women like that, right, to put one of those down.
Never with me.
Really? Okay, well, that's nice to know. I'll keep that in mind.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Portland, Oregon at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. We also teach women how men think. Toll free at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. If you have a question for your professor, if you have a complaint about anything your professor has taught on the air, many of you write in and don't actually call in with your complaint. I'd love to have it out with you right now. So dial us right now, 1-800-5800-TOM. We are here in Portland because tomorrow we're making our first live appearance since October of 1999 at Barracuda, 9 Northwest 2nd Avenue in downtown Portland. Now, a number of people here in Portland have already won tickets to come see us, but today the radio station announced they're not going to require women to have a ticket. You can show up. And we're encouraging you to do that, ladies. Now, if you're a 9 or a 10, we'll backdoor you. Just send us a picture to tom@blowmeuptom.com. We'll backdoor you into the event. You can hang out in the VIP area, away from all those groping hands and all that, and get treated with the respect you deserve as a hot chick. If you're not as hot or you're too lazy or your boyfriend hasn't taught you how to use email yet, you can simply show up tomorrow, and we recommend you get there early. The doors open at 2 o'clock if we're done with our sound check. Who knows? They might open at 2:05 or 2:25. I don't know. Get there early, bring an umbrella. It's the bottom line. Who knows what's going to happen? I have no idea. They tell me, let's do you a little preview here. They tell me there's going to be a hot tub on stage. A hot tub. A hot tub on stage. Okay. Wow. Anyway, that's tomorrow at Barracuda 9 Northwest 2nd Avenue, downtown Portland. All right, here we are. Leykis 101, toll free at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. It's Todd on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
All right, Todd.
Well, as you know, Portland is a town where a virgin is any girl with 2 kids or less. So,
I hadn't heard that one. I like it.
Yeah, well, that fits us here, you know. So, it's desperation for a 29-year-old to find women to date that don't have kids, as you know. I have a situation where a friend of mine and his wife are not doing well. They haven't for a while. I've known them for about 10 years. And I don't know if it's true everywhere, but here women are single for about 30 minutes. You know, if they split up, they got a new boyfriend the next day. She's already hunting around.
Because I need somebody to pay the rent for the kids and everything.
Well, yeah. In this case, this will be a soon to be single woman with no kids. It's not an issue of me dating my buddy's wife because he and I barely talk. He's had nothing to do with her for a couple of years. The problem is I want to see her, I want to hit it, but I don't want to be the new boyfriend, and I want to avoid that. So what are the pitfalls?
Are you the friend?
I am the friend. Well, I've known them. You know, I'm not going to sleep with my buddy's wife when they were a couple. But I've been sort of the platonic friend. We go out and do things because he won't do anything. And I got to get out of the platonic friend thing. She's obviously she's hot for me to be her boyfriend.
She's told you this?
Well, no, it's obvious though.
How is it obvious?
Well, last night we went to David Bowie a couple of nights ago here in Portland. On the way home, I hug her. Much bigger hug in the front driveway than I normally get. And then she moved. She bought her new house. It's awfully close to mine.
That doesn't tell you anything.
Well, I'm nervous.
And in fact, it's more likely to tell you she wants to move in with you than it is to tell you that she wants to have sex with you and no strings attached.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. So Tom, what advice would you give me to avoid pitfalls?
Don't be too available. Don't be talking to her all the time. Did you pay for those concert tickets the other day?
I did.
And you see, that's what friends do. But you know, if you're trying to nail something, you don't spend that kind of money.
Oh, that's a good point.
You don't spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're encouraging something you're trying to discourage. You want her to not become needy and make you the boyfriend and have you end up paying for everything, and then you go out and pay for concert tickets. How much were 2 tickets to see David Bowie? Where was it, the Rose Garden?
It sure was, at the Theater in the Cloud.
That?
The cheap ones were like $48.50 or so. So I'm $8.50 over your limit.
No. That was for 1 ticket.
Yeah.
$48.50 times 2 is $97. And did you say you had dinner there at the Rose Garden?
We had dinner there.
How much was that?
25, something like that. So we're over $100
hot
for the
dogs?
evening.
You spent over $100 on someone you've never had sex with.
Yeah, you got me.
You see? And so you're encouraging her to think of you, if nothing else. The friend who could be the next husband.
Yeah.
But not a sexual partner, not a booty call.
Yeah.
You're not treating her like a booty call. Booty calls you never take out of the house. That's the golden rule.
Yeah, you're right.
Preferably you don't see them by the light of day. That's a booty call.
Yeah, you're right.
The minute you've seen the woman's skin in sunlight, it's over. You've crossed the threshold.
Yeah.
The minute you've eaten a meal with a woman, you've crossed the threshold.
Yeah,
booty calls are literally calls. Usually you're drunk. No one else is picking up the phone. So you're calling the booty call. And you show up there, and it's like pay at the pump, and then you take the receipt and go. You don't stand around and hug in the driveway. Forget it. You're kidding? The two of you are never in the driveway at the same time. She got home from work about 6, and you showed up about midnight. You're never in the driveway at the same time. When you're in the driveway, she's in bed.
Sound advice. See, this is why I called you, Tom. This is what I need to know.
Yes.
See, this is great. Well, I always appreciate all the comments you have for me, whether I talk to you or I hear it on the air. And I don't know if you know, but Portland is like, and the Pacific Northwest is skunk bud city. We get the best bud up here, so I would appreciate if you could take me out with the longest bong rip you have, followed by a THX sound effect, because that's what it does to us up here.
Or a THC sound effect. Here you go.
Tom. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
What would you say to a man that did have a female friend?
I'd say you're a pussy.
The Tom Leykis Show. The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM from Portland. It's Leykis 101. I am your professor at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Jessica on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
Do you care, darling?
Not really, but I'm not here to start a fight. Like I told the other guy, I'm sorry I didn't catch his name, I am unavailable to come tomorrow because of my age, but I know that my boyfriend will be there. And honestly, he had always talked about you, and I always thought maybe you were like a sports announcer or something because he likes that stuff. And I decided to look you up today, and I have to say I'm appalled.
Why?
Well, why do you do this? Why do I do what? Toilets and come on. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to start a fight, and I'm not going to say that women are. I'm
telling you, that's how men think.
Not all men.
No one said all. Did you hear the word all here?
Okay, no, okay,
that is generally how men think. Huh?
Why do you think that way?
I'm telling you, men generally do. That men generally do. Huh?
Right, but I'm asking you, why do you think this way? This is disgusting to me.
Well, it may be disgusting to you because if a man ever told you he thought that way about you, you wouldn't give him what he wants.
I would leave him exactly because.
Well, that's why he won't. That's why he won't tell you. But you see, since I'm not dating you, I can tell you the truth.
Okay, but you don't even know me, so why?
I don't have to know.
Why should you be able to say that?
What do you mean? Why? Because it's true. Yeah, I'm able to say it because it's true. What do you mean it's not true?
I'm not true. I am not just there for my boyfriend's sexual pleasure. Yes, I enjoy having sex with him, and you know what? Sometimes I'm just as sexual as him, and I want it just as much as him. I'm not going to deny that, but you know what? I'm a 20-year-old college student who's trying to get ahead in this world.
Yeah, so what?
People like you, I can't do that.
Oh, it's my fault.
Well, Tom, you're sitting here on national radio. People listen to you.
Oh, dear. You know what? The fact is, you speak for yourself. Whatever you accomplish on your own, you accomplish. Any woman who wants to accomplish something does. Oprah Winfrey makes $120 million a year. She earned it. Okay? Anything you want to do, you can do. Most women don't want to accomplish anything. They just want to have a man pay for everything and take responsibility for everything and take the blame for everything and nag us for everything and harass us all the time. That's mostly what women want to do with us. And so the fact
that maybe because women have been so depressed for so many years.
We don't care what the reason is. That's just, dear, I don't care what the reason is. It's irrelevant. I don't care.
Men made
it's just the way it is.
You guys gave us the approval to ask for the credit card. You gave us that approval.
And I'm here to tell guys, don't do that. Don't give women credit cards. Don't give them money. Don't spend money on women. Use women for what they were intended, as human toilets.
We're just... Why are we intended as just human toilets? Why are we intended just to give you
because, dear, why do you think a guy goes on a date?
Why do you think a girl goes on a date?
A girl goes on a date to see how many free drinks and meals she can get out of a guy, to try to see how long she can stall him off from having sex, to sit there and blab about herself, thinking we want to hear all those things about you, your boss, your kitty cat, the problems you have with your family, your ex-boyfriend and what a jerk he was, and all the other little things women love to talk about on a date. We don't want to hear a word of it. You know what? If you sat down at a restaurant with a man and you said to him, you know what, I'm not hungry, let's go back to your place and have sex. Mm-hmm. How many men do you think would say no?
I don't know.
What percentage?
Never been a woman like that.
I'm asking you, what percentage do you think would say no?
Probably half, maybe.
Oh, not even. Dear, please.
Well,
don't be naive.
I'd like to show something for men, Tom. I mean, come on.
But I'm just telling the truth. That's how men are. Do you understand that?
That you're right, though. I don't think that is how men think.
I know you don't think that.
Men want more sexual pleasure than women. I mean, there's different hormones in their body that.
Well, whatever the reason, that's what we want, and that's why we want you, and that's why we listen to you. Ever see a guy and say, "Why is he with that bitch? Why is he with that jerk? Why do men put up with nagging and harassing and screaming and crying and stamping your little feet? Because we want to get laid."
I don't think that's true, because there's a lot of guys out there who their girlfriends, for some reason it hurts to have sex, or they're not good at giving, oral pleasure or whatever, and they still stay with them. There's this thing called companionship, Tom. Maybe you don't know.
Dear, we're talking about two different things. You're talking about having a boyfriend. We are talking about guys who are getting laid. And this is what guys want. Now, that doesn't mean that eventually, after having sex with you, they won't actually start listening to what you say. Some of them do. Sometimes they like you. Sometimes they listen. Sometimes they might even return a call. But first and foremost, when we meet you, we want to nail you. That's it.
I don't think so.
I know you don't think so, dear. But I'm not. Not only am I a man.
That want that, and there's only certain women who are going to do that.
The men who want that are straight men. The men who want that are straight men. The men who want it are straight men. It's your gay friends and the men who don't know how to close the deal who don't want it.
And what are they? That don't know how to close the door, the deal? What do you call them?
Pussies.
Well, that's pretty dumb of you. It makes me sick that you do this.
What am I doing?
You are totally putting down women. That is so wrong.
Please, I'm just telling the truth about women and how men feel about women.
Well, I don't think you know how men feel then. I think you know how you feel.
Dear, if I don't know how men feel, why do we have such a high listenership? Why are so many men tuning in? Why do men keep writing us letters thanking me for talking about this?
Funny.
Because men what?
They think you're funny.
Men are men tell me men have gotten advice from me. Dear, men have gotten will you shut up for a minute, please? Men have written into this program. Oh, no. I'll put you on hold. No, you'll shut up when I tell you to. I'll put you on hold. When men have actually written in here and thanked me for my advice, told me I've saved their lives. And we've had hundreds of men like that. So, dear, you live there in your own little dream world with your boyfriend. And by the way, I'll bet your boyfriend has had a lot of the same thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because he listens to the show.
He does.
Yeah, well, and maybe that should tell you something about him. And how he feels about you.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll have to talk about that. I didn't know what the show was all about.
Well, now you know. And now maybe you have a better idea. Maybe now you have a better idea of what your boyfriend sees in you.
After 2.5 years, I don't think that's what he sees in me. Because that's not what I'm good for.
Well, dear, obviously that's what he thinks.
No, he doesn't think that.
Oh, why does he listen to this show?
I don't go for his credit card. I don't ask him to take the blame for everything.
But you know what? His first interest in you when he met you was nailing you, seeing you naked. That was his first interest.
How do you know what I look like?
I'm just telling you, if he's your boyfriend, that was his first interest when he met you. Whatever you look like. Obviously, you're his taste.
No. When we first met, we were working in the worst conditions ever, and we looked
It doesn't mean he wasn't imagining you naked.
Well, if he was, I feel pretty bad for him because I looked horrible. That's for sure.
Well, maybe he has low self-esteem. Maybe he does, at your young age and probably his young age, maybe he can't afford better than you at this point.
Well, I guess. I mean, hey, if that's your theory.
What is he? Is he studying? Is he going to school? What is he studying to become?
He doesn't know what he's studying to become. He is a business major and psychology major, but he doesn't know if that's what he wants to do.
Well, that's my point. One day when he makes more money, he'll be able to do better than you, and then he'll move on.
Well, I honestly, the bottom line that I have.
And by the way, his trophy wife is in the 7th grade right now. What do you think about that?
Well, I didn't hear what you said.
His trophy wife is in the 7th grade right now.
Tom Leykis.
Come on.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
It's John on a cell phone.
Hello, John.
No, you're John. Wait. I know you're messed up. You're John. I'm Tom.
I'm sorry. Whew, my mind is crazy.
I know.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. We're in Portland at the studios of Max 910 Talk Radio for Guys. More of your telephone calls coming up on Leykis 101 at 1-800-5800-TOM.
The Tom Leykis Show.